We are looking for ideas that facilitate knowledge exchange and cross-disciplinary collaboration around the future of design between designers and makers. If you have an idea that you think will revolutionize architecture, this pillar is for you. I mean, as you can see, the buildings in this country, they are 30, 40 something years old. Old Mutual has a lot of property and they're looking for more. So if you've got the idea for the next best building, please bring it on. The last pillar that we have is called Young and Funky. Africa currently has the youngest growing population in the world, and the market is dominated by millennials and Gen Z. The pillar is looking for ideas that can harness this youth bulge and give it the best products and services. The idea should be sustainable, innovative, and progress, especially young and funky as well. Thank you.
I actually interviewed Costa on radio. I didn't know he was that deep. Thank you so much. But before we go any further, guys, that sketch video, look, it has some design flaws, but how cool would that be though in life? Like to have those as your kids. In the club, tough show. I'll do one now, but these pants won't allow it. But really, do make sure you actually check out that movie if you get a chance. The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind is a fantastic thing. It's very inspiring, especially if you've got kids. We check that one out there. It just shows you can do a lot, even with very, very little. Moving forward, today we will be talking about value creation. And from Old Mutual, we have Mr. Mushosho who will come and give us more information about that. Can we get a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Over to you, sir.
Director of Ceremonies. Thank you. We invited some members of parliament and quite a number of government officials, but in case I have not seen you to mention you by name, I would like to acknowledge members of parliament and government officials here present, the country director of the British Council, Roland Davis, and his team, captains of industry, Old Mutual board members and staff, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very special day for me and for Old Mutual. And therefore it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to this event of the 8 to 5 Value Creation Challenge. I really appreciate that you have taken your time to be with us at this very important occasion. When Costa was speaking, I was so thrilled and excited about the peace, about the people that create the future. Oftentimes, we spend our days and years maintaining things that we have inherited from our predecessors, which is important, but we invest so little time in creating what the future could be. For us, the journey to this day has been an exciting one, starting about 10 years ago, when as an organization, we decided to tap into the ideas of our young employees in creating value for the business. We found the initiative very valuable that in 2016, the group partnered the Udugu Institute to create B2C, and Costa, whom you saw here, is from Udugu. B2C is a co-working space and incubator, and of one of our properties just across the road at Batane Gardens. There have been success stories from the space, including Golix, a Bitcoin trading platform, and 263 Chat, a social media company. Over the years, Old Mutual was largely a silent partner in the initiative. The success of the partnership boldened us to create a new entity called 8 to 5. And initially, when they came to me and said, "This is the name," I said, "Explain to me why 8 to 5." And they said, "This is the new world, the world of innovation, where from 8 in the morning to 5 in the evening, all you are doing is innovating, creating new ideas, creating the future." And that really got my heart a-pumping, because that's what we ought to be doing in this country. We need to focus on driving innovation in our existing industry and creating new enterprises. 8 to 5 will run the innovation challenges, incubate new ideas, accelerate and grow new businesses, provide co-working spaces, among other things. And this building where we are, this floor and the floor below, will be the place where we will be located. The Value Creation Challenge marks the first major event being carried out by 8 to 5. You will therefore understand our excitement about this day and this event. By the time we come to the end of this challenge, when we recognize the winners, we will be opening the doors to this beautiful innovation hub. The Value Creation Challenge marks the first major event, and I would like to share with you a few words on our vision for the Value Creation Challenge. We believe that value creation is the reason why organizations exist. It is also probably the single driving force for economic growth and prosperity. As a customer-centric organization, we are very much aware that the reason why we have customers and shareholders is that they believe in our ability to create value. Consumers are changing, technology is changing, and the competition is also changing. So companies need to keep refreshing their customer proposition to stay relevant and competitive. The economic future of the nation needs investment in value creation and sustainable homegrown solutions. This must not be taken as a luxury, but as a key cog in the turnaround of the economy. With the headwinds that we are currently facing as a nation, the time has come for business to have a voice that speaks innovation and progress to the entire nation. What better time to innovate and inspire than now? Old Mutual has been in Zimbabwe for over a century, forming unbreakable bonds with the people of this nation. While we have a number of areas where we have made considerable impact, being a responsible business, we are excited at the opportunities the Value Creation Challenge will bring to the organization and participants as a whole. This initiative and the other initiatives that 8 to 5 will run are not only focused on creating a future for Old Mutual, but for other companies and the economy at large. We therefore invite everyone in this room to stay close to what is happening here and to partner with us in the work that 8 to 5 will do. I would like also to officially recognize the contribution of the British Council to partner with 8 to 5 on this Value Creation Challenge. We value the ideas, time and resource you have invested in this program, thereby promoting entrepreneurship and excellence. It is through such meaningful collaborations that meaningful contributions to society take place. As we look towards the future. We remain focused on our purpose to help our customers thrive by enabling them to achieve their lifetime financial goals. Old Mutual is fully committed to supporting the development and growth of the Zimbabwean economy. The value creation challenge is more than just a competition. In our view, this is the founding block of future big business, which will lead to the wholesome economic growth for the nation. When I reflect on the hard times that have befallen our motherland, I believe we have choices to make. We can choose to pity ourselves and look helplessly as we continue to slide into the abyss. We can continue to lament and write obituaries of renowned icons and old business models in our business world that have succumbed and collapsed in the face of unrelenting storms that have hit us. Alternatively, we can dare to dream of a new future. Like the proverbial phoenix, we can rebuild a glorious future on the ashes of the massive desolation that confronts us. There is really no charge for dreaming. A country blessed with a large population of young, talented, and educated young people is not poor. They are the very essence and foundation of the new world if their creative potential can be harnessed, nurtured, and unleashed. Old Mutual wants to be the womb that nurtures them. We want to be the giant on whose shoulders they can stand and conquer the future. I quote Sarah Van Breathnock, who said, "The world needs dreamers and the world needs doers. But above all, what the world needs most are dreamers that do." To the 8 to 5 team, I say, coming up with dynamic solutions is one thing. Acting on these solutions, though, is the key. We have confidence that you will give your full support to the entrepreneurs that will come here and ensure that we build future big businesses. My dream is that the next big enterprises that will shape and change Zimbabwe will be birthed and nurtured on the floors of this building. Once again, I extend my thanks to all of you for the time that you have given, and best wishes to all who will participate in the challenge. Thank you very much.
Sorry about that. Thank you very much to the Group CEO, Mr. Moshoso. He did mention that the Value Creation Challenge is powered by Old Mutual in partnership with the British Council, and I'd like to call upon the Country Director for the British Council, Mr. Roland Davies, to come on stage.
Thank you very much. And before I forget, I mean, having listened to that very forward-looking and inspirational speech, I wonder, have you ever considered rebranding as New Mutual? You heard it here first, and for a small consultancy fee, I'll elaborate on that. But thank you very much. It's a real privilege to be in front of such an esteemed audience. Lillian did, though, say that she talked about humour and laughter, so if I could get a smile out of the audience, thank you. I don't know what it does, it makes me feel better. It's public speaking 101, get your audience to smile. It's a real pleasure to be here this morning at the launch of this very interesting and very valuable initiative. And where we come from in the British Council, I mean, we're all about the arts. That's a big starting point for us. But from the arts, we also look into the creative industries and across the creative economy as a whole. The arts matters a lot to us because of what the arts can do for people, the possibilities of expression and connection. But we're increasingly interested in the possibilities that the arts have to generate livelihoods, both for the participants and the practitioners, but for other people, and how it can generate employment and prosperity. And we see a real transformational opportunity. And I was just saying to my friends earlier, Zimbabwe has endless resources, and I'm not talking about diamonds and minerals and platinum, because the thing about diamonds and platinum is that they run out. The great thing about creativity is it doesn't run out. The American poet Maya Angelou talks about creativity. The more you use it, the more you get. And there is creativity in absolute bucket loads in this country. But it's finding a way to turn that creativity into what this country also needs, which is prosperity. And the mechanism that we see is the principal mechanism we see is through hubs and creative hubs, like 8 to 5 and B2C and many other hubs that exist in this country. And the hubs are there because they are a massively efficient way of supporting the creative people, the artists, the creative entrepreneurs. Because you need more than creativity to turn art into a business and a livelihood. And with all due respect to the lawyers and the accountants in the room, you need the boring stuff. You need your tax clearances and your intellectual property and your business licenses and your business plans, your marketing plan and everything else. And it strikes us that the hubs, the places that all of this can come together, where the creative people and the guys in suits, and the ladies in suits I should say, come together and create something wonderful. So we really applaud this initiative. We're very privileged to be working with old or now new Mutual as it may be, and to make a real success of this. And as the CEO talked about, you know, that brighter future, which is the country so much wishes for, and is so possible given the right kinds of collaboration. So it is great to see so many people expressing by your very presence your commitment to supporting this area of work. So we wish Old Mutual, we wish ourselves 8 to 5 all the very best of luck, and we will create something fantastic starting today. Thank you very much.
A big thank you to Mr. Davies. If you keep your eyes on the screen, there's a short video that will be playing in a moment. If we can clear the podium. I want to help you, but that cable is scary. You're doing so well. Shut out the whole screen in that one cable. Stop me. Thank you very much. I would like to call upon Isaiah Mushinya. she is very happy, but you're not mine. Don't blame me. All I know is for a fact he's the Chief Operations Officer for Old Mutual. I'd like to ask him to come on stage with some closing remarks and a vote of thanks. And I know he's going to correct me with a stern look on his face because he knows I know him from marathons. I'm so sorry. We'll talk afterwards.
I used to be Mashinya. That's the new innovative name. I still accept it. Thank you, our CEO, Mr. Jonas Mshosho, for the great vision that has taken us here. Our board members who approved the business case that has brought us to 3 Anchor House, the British Council, Roland Davis and your team for the support, the vision and the collaboration. I also want to thank Udubu and B2C, who are evidence that we can work together and create a future together. I also want to thank all of you for having found time to come and grace this occasion. The team at 8 to 5, I really want to thank all of you. I understand it took a lot of effort, but part of the effort was simply convincing the young members of the team to change and for all the setup. I understand it took a lot of effort and convincing of the not so young to have it like this. As I walked in, I wasn't too sure whether the smoke was safe and so forth. But I suppose it's the new world we must walk into, right? It really convinced me that it's good to be young. And I really liked the quotation to say that there are some whose daily business and vision is to bring the future to today. We hope that today is the beginning of that journey where that remote future can be brought to today. Thank you all for attending. Please continue to mix and chat, and let's continue walking this journey. It's always good to have a good beginning, but it's always better to walk the whole way together and do something. I'm really convinced that if we put our minds to it, we could do our small contribution to change the economic circumstances of our country. The future lies with us. Thank you all and have a great day.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I think this technology is failing me here. This one, okay. All right, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being so attentive and for enjoying this very precious moment with us. So what's left is for you to relax, network. Remember, a lot of humor will make you a bit more productive and a bit more innovative. So join us, join the young teams, and find out what they're all about. So refreshments will be served, and please do go and understand the pillars better. We have some stations towards the entrance where they will be represented by one of our team members who will be explaining the pillars to you in more detail. So we look forward to seeing you again. Enjoy the challenge. We're really happy that you're here, and we expect to see a lot of participation. Thank you. Have a lovely day.
What we need in Paris is a legal binding agreement which sets us on a course to stay below 2 degrees Celsius warming.
Unless we time you're doing your CEO. It's all the time you're doing the marathon to your CEO. Maybe your baseline. How are you saying? What is it?